Good morning. In the previous 4 sessions, we have solved 10 problems on IC engines. So we will be now solving the problems from VTU question papers. So I'll read out the first problem. A two-stroke diesel engine was motored when the reading was 1.5 kilowatt. The test on engine was carried for 1 hour and the data observed were as follows. Brake torque 120 Newton meter, CP of gas 1.05 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, speed 600 rpm, room temperature 27 degrees centigrade, fuel used 2.5 kg, air fuel ratio 32:1, calorific value 40.3 megajoules per kg, cooling water 818 kg, rise in temperature of cooling water 10 degrees centigrade, exhaust gas temperature 347 degrees centigrade. Determine brake power, indicated power, brake thermal efficiency and draw the heat balance sheet on minute basis. So the problem is on a two-stroke engine. So let us write what is given in the problem first. So I can write first initially small n is equal to capital N because it is for a two-stroke engine. Then he has given diesel engine was motored when reading was 1.5 kilowatt. So he has given us the frictional power FP. FP is 1.5 kilowatt. The test is conducted for 1 hour duration. So duration is 1 hour. So I will write the word as duration equal to 1 hour. Then he has given us the brake torque, that is T equal to 120 Newton meter. Then CP of the gas is 1.05 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. Speed N, capital N is given as 600 rpm. Room temperature TA 27 degrees centigrade. Fuel used MF 2.5 kg. Air fuel ratio, that is A/F equal to 32:1. Then calorific value of fuel CV. CV is 40.3 megajoules per kg. Cooling water MW 818 kg. This is per hour. Next, rise in temperature of cooling water, that is T2 minus T1, that is 10 degrees. Exhaust gas temperature TEX is 347 degree centigrade. So we need to find out IP, that is first BP, then IP, then brake thermal efficiency, and then heat balance sheet. So we need to draw heat balance sheet on mass basis. So we will calculate the value of BP first. So we know the equation of BP, that is brake power equal to 2 pi NT divided by 60 into 1000 and we get the value in kilowatt. So 2 into pi, speed is given as 600 rpm, torque is directly given, that is torque is 120 Newton meter. So I will write it as 120 Newton meter. I want it in kilo, so multiply it by 10 to the power 3 divided by 60 into 1000. We will get directly answer in kilowatt. So you get the value of BP as 7.53 kilowatt. So once you find out the value of BP, you can find out the value of IP. That is IP is equal to BP plus FP. FP is given in the problem as 1.5 kilowatt. That is he has given directly in the problem as The diesel engine was motored when the reading was 1.5 kilowatt. So when the motoring test was conducted, the reading was 1.5 kilowatt, means the power consumed by the engine is 1.5 kilowatt. To overcome the friction, the power consumed is 1.5 kilowatt. So just now you found out the value of BP 7.53 plus the value of FP which is given in the problem 1.5, add them, you will get the value of IP, that is 9.03 kilowatt. So once you get the value of IP, next find out Bragg thermal efficiency. So Bragg thermal efficiency, Bragg thermal efficiency, that is eta BTH will be equal to BP divided by MF minutes per second into CV. That is BP is 7.53 divided by MF, that is mass of fuel consumed is 2.5 and it is for 1 hour. So divided by 3600 into calorific value, that is 40.3 into 10 to the power 3. So you get the answer as 0.269 or 26.9%. So once you find out the value of Bragg thermal efficiency, then take up heat balance sheet. So we have found out the value of BP, then IP, Bragg thermal efficiency, then heat balance sheet, that is heat supplied. Heat supplied by the fuel, that is it is heat input is nothing but mass of fuel per minute into calorific value. So mass of fuel is 2.5 kg per minute you want, so divided by 60 into calorific value, that is 40.3 into 10 to the power 3. So you will get the value of heat supplied. So you get the value of heat supplied as 1679.16 kilojoules per minute. Then find out heat equivalent to BP. Heat equivalent to BP will be equal to BP multiplied by 60, because we are finding it kilojoules per minute. So BP is 7.53 multiplied by 60, you will get the answer as 451.18 kilojoules per minute. Then after finding out the value of BP, find out heat loss due to friction. So heat loss due to friction, heat lost due to friction, you can find out heat loss due to friction also, because you know the value of FP, that is it is FP into 60, that is 1.5 into 60. So you get 90 kilojoules per minute. Then heat lost by cooling water or heat taken away by cooling water, heat lost to cooling water. So heat loss to cooling water will be mass of cooling water into Cp of cooling water into T2 minus T1. So mass of cooling water is 818 kg, it is per hour, so divided by 60 into Cp of water, you know, 4.187 into rise in temperature is 10. So find out the value of heat loss to cooling water, that is we will get the answer as 570.82 kilojoules per minute. Then he has given us the ratio of air fuel ratio, that is mass of air by mass of fuel. That is, it is 32:1. That is, mass of air will be equal to 32 times mass of fuel. Then mass of exhaust gas. Mass of exhaust gas will be equal to mass of air plus mass of fuel. That is, mass of air is 32 times the mass of fuel plus mass of fuel. So you will get the answer as 33 into mass of fuel. So use this equation to find out the heat carried away by exhaust gas. That is, heat carried away by exhaust gas will be equal to mass of exhaust gas into Cp of exhaust gas into temperature of exhaust gas minus ambient temperature. So I repeat, heat carried away by exhaust gas will be equal to mass of exhaust gas into Cp of exhaust gas into temperature of exhaust gas minus ambient temperature. So mass of exhaust gas is 33 into mass of fuel, that is 2.5 kg per hour. So divided by 60, you will get per minute, into Cp is given to us, it is 1.05 into exhaust gas temperature is 347 degrees centigrade minus ambient temperature is given, it is 27 degrees centigrade. It is room temperature is 27 degrees centigrade. So calculate the value of heat carried away by exhaust gas. So heat carried away by exhaust gas will be equal to 462 kilojoules per minute. Then find out unaccounted heat loss. So let us find out next unaccounted heat loss. So unaccounted heat loss, or heat unaccounted it is called as sometimes, will be equal to mass of heat supplied or heat input, that is 1679.16 minus of heat equivalent to BP, that is 451.18. Then heat equivalent to FP of found out, it is 90, plus heat carried away by cooling water, it is 570.82, plus heat carried away by exhaust gas, that is 462 kilojoules. So add them and subtract it from 1679.16. So you will get the answer as 105.16 kilojoules per minute. So after finding out this value, let us represent this in a tabular column. So represent that in a tabular column. So I can write that as heat supplied or heat balance sheet will be equal to serial number, particulars, then kilojoules per minute, and then the last one, that is percentage. So first one in this is heat supplied by fuel. It is 1679.16, that is 100%. Then in the second case, heat equivalent to BP, heat equivalent to BP, it is 451.18, that accounts to 26.86%. Then second one, heat equivalent to EFP, that is 90 kilojoules, which accounts to 5.35%. In some cases we don't use this heat equivalent to FP, and when you don't use this, it will be shown in unaccounted heat loss, or this value is being shown there in unaccounted heat loss. So heat lost to cooling water, that is 570.82, that is 33.99%. Then next one, heat carried away by exhaust gases, that is you get the value as 462 kilojoules per minute, that accounts to 27.5%. And the last one is unaccounted heat loss. This unaccounted heat loss is 105.66. It is 6.26%. So when you add heat equivalent to BP, then heat equivalent to FP, then heat loss to cooling water, then heat carried away by exhaust gas, and unaccounted heat loss, it should be equal to heat supplied. So I can write this as total. This total will be equal to the heat supplied, that is 1679.16, that is 100%. So this is the problem. So I am showing you again the heat balance sheet, heat supplied, then the heat consumed part, that is heat input side and heat expenditure side. This gives me what is known as heat balance sheet. So we'll take up the next problem. I'll read the problem again. During a test on a single cylinder 4-stroke oil engine, the following observations were made. Bore 30 centimeters, stroke 45 centimeters, duration of trial 1 hour, total fuel consumption 7.6 kg, calorific value of fuel 45,000 kilojoules per kg, total revolutions made 12,000, mean effective pressure 6 bar, net brake load 1.47 kilonewton, brake drum diameter 1.8, rope diameter 3 centimeters, mass of jacket cooling water circulated 550 kg, water enters at 15 degrees centigrade, leaves at 60 degrees centigrade, total air consumption 360 kg, room temperature 20 degrees centigrade, exhaust gas temperature 300 degrees centigrade, calculate indicated and brake power, second indicated thermal efficiency, third one mechanical efficiency, and fourth one draw the heat balance sheet on minute basis. So now we will write what are the things given in the problem first, and then we will solve the problem. So diameter is given, so it is on a 4-stroke engine, so I will write small n is equal to capital N by 2, K number of cylinders is 1, then the diameter is given, capital D equal to 30 centimeters, stroke length 45 centimeters, duration of trial, that is duration is 1 hour, total fuel consumption MF 7.6 kg, then calorific value CV 45,000 kilojoules per kg, then revolutions, that is N, capital N equal to 12,000 revolutions, and this revolution is for 1 hour, Then mean effective pressure, PMI equal to 6 bar. Then net brake load, that is W minus S, is 1.47 Newton. Then brake drum, that is dB is 1.8 meters, dr is 3 centimeters. Mass of jacket cooling water circulated, that is MW, is 550 kg. Then water enters at, that is T1 equal to 15 degrees. Water leaves at 60 degrees, that is T2 equal to 60 degrees. Total air consumption, that is MA, is 360 kg. Room temperature, that is TA, equal to 20 degrees. Exhaust gas temperature TE equal to 300 degrees centigrade. Determine IP. So we need to find out IP. Then BP. Then indicated thermal efficiency. Then mechanical efficiency, and then heat balance sheet. So these are the things what we need to find out in this problem. So now let us find out first IP. We know the equation for IP, K PMI ln divided by 60 into 1000. The unit is kilowatt. So K, number of cylinders. The test is conducted on a single cylinder. 1K is 1. PMI is given as, mean effective pressure is given in the problem. It is 6 into 10 to the power 5 into L, that is 45, that is 0.45 into pi by 4 D square. D is 30, so 0.3 whole square into N. N equal, small n is equal to capital N by 2. N is, the RPM is 12,000 divided by 2, and this is for 1 hour. So divided by 3600 into 1000. So 60 into 60, directly I have written it as 3600. So find out the value of IP. So you will get the value of IP as 31.8 kilowatt. Then find out BP. So BP will be equal to 2 pi NT divided by 60 into 1000. Unit is same, again kilowatt. So I will substitute 2 into pi into RPM is given, that is 12,000 divided by 60, and again 60 in the denominator, that is initially I am converting per minute, and from per minute again into per second. So into torque, that is W minus S. W minus S is 1.47 into 10 to the power 3. That is, it should be Newton meter. Then the next term is N. N I have written. This is W minus S. Next dB plus dr. dB plus dr is 1.8 plus, convert this 3 centimeters into meters. So into divided by 2. So I will show you once again. 2 into pi into speed, 12,000 divided by 60, you will have it per minute. Again divided by 60 will be per second. Then the torque is W minus S into dB plus dr by 2. That is, torque is 1.47 kilonewton. So as it is given in kilonewton, so find it in terms of kilonewton meter it is given. So Newton meter, so I am multiplying it by 10 to the power 3. Then dB is 1.8 meters, dr is 3 centimeters. So 1.8 plus 0.03 divided by 2. So find out the value of BP. So you'll get the BP as 28.17 kilowatt. Then find out mechanical efficiency. Eta mech will be equal to BP divided by IP into 100. So BP is 28.17, IP is 31.8, so into 100. So you'll get the mechanical efficiency as 88.5%. 88.5%. Then find out indicated thermal efficiency. So to find out indicated thermal efficiency, IP divided by MF into CV. That is, IP value is 31.8 divided by mass of fuel consumed. So mass of fuel consumed is 7.6. 7.6 divided by 3600 into calorific value, that is 45,000. So find out this value. So you will get the value of indicated thermal efficiency. So multiply this by 100 again. After finding out indicated thermal efficiency, we will go to heat balance sheet, that is heat input or heat supplied is MF into CV, that is mass of fuel should be per minute 7.6 kg per hour it is, so divided by 60 into calorific value is 45,000. So you will get mass of fuel consumed as 5,700 kilojoules per kg. Then heat equivalent to BP, that is BP into 60. So BP is 28.17 into 60. You will get the answer as 1690.2 kilojoules per minute. Then heat lost due to friction, you can find out this also, that is IP minus BP, which gives me FP into 60. That is, IP is 31.8 minus BP is 28.17 multiply by 60. You get the answer as 217.8 kilojoules per minute. Then find out heat lost to cooling water. So heat lost again to cooling water is mass of cooling water into Cp of cooling water into T2 minus T1. That is, mass of cooling water is known to us. It is 550 kg of water is consumed for 1 hour. So 550 divided by 60 you will have per minute. Then into Cp 4.187 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. Then temperature T1 is 60 degrees, T2 is 60 degrees, T1 is 15 degrees. Substitute these values and then calculate the value of heat lost. So you will get the value of heat lost as 1727.13. 1727.13 kilojoules per minute. Then find out heat loss to exhaust gas. That is, heat loss to exhaust gas has to be found out. Before that, let us find out mass of exhaust gas. So mass of exhaust gas used, that is MEX will be equal to mass of air plus mass of fuel. That is, mass of air is 360, which is for 1 hour, that is divided by 60, plus mass of fuel is 7.6, again divided by 60. So calculate the value of exhaust gas. So we get the answer as 6.126 kg per minute. So again, after finding out the mass of exhaust gas, now find out heat carried away by exhaust gas or heat loss to exhaust gas. Exhaust gases will be equal to mass of exhaust gas into Cp of exhaust gas into temperature of exhaust gas minus room temperature or ambient temperature. So mass of exhaust gas we have found out just now. It is 6.126. Cp of exhaust gas is given 1.005 into temperature, that is temperature of exhaust gas is 300, room temperature is 20. So upon substituting that in the above equation, I will get the answer as 1724 kilojoules per minute. Then find out heat unaccounted or unaccounted heat loss. So heat unaccounted will be equal to heat supplied, that is 5700, minus heat loss to BP or heat equivalent to BP 1690.2, then plus in the bracket the frictional loss, that is heat equivalent to FP, plus heat carried away cooling water, plus heat taken away by exhaust gas. So if I add all this and subtract from 5700, I will get unaccounted heat loss, that is 340.826 kilojoules per minute. After finding out this value, again tabulate in a tabular column, that is heat balance sheet. So heat balance sheet So again I'll write serial number, particulars. He has asked me to find it in kilojoules per minute and then percentage. So serial number 1, heat supplied by fuel is 5700, which is again 100%. Then second case, that is whatever is the amount of heat used, first heat equivalent to BP, that is 1690.2, which accounts to 29.65%. That is, you need to find out this percentage, that is 1690.2 divided by 57, that is 5700. If I divide this, multiply it by 100, I will get it in terms of 29.65%. Similarly, for heat lost to friction, that is due to frictional heat loss, it is 217.8, which is 3.82%. Then next is heat taken away by cooling water, so heat taken away by cooling water is 1727.13, which is 30.30%. Next, heat loss to exhaust gas. So heat loss to exhaust gas is 1724.00, which accounts to 30.24%. And the last one is unaccounted heat loss. This unaccounted heat loss is 340.826, which is 5.979%. If I add heat equivalent to BP, heat loss due to friction, heat taken away by cooling water, then heat loss to exhaust gas and unaccounted heat loss, I will get the total as 5700, which is nothing but 100%. So adding the percentage. So the last problem which I am taking in this session, the following data were obtained from a Morse test on a 4-cylinder 4-stroke SI engine coupled to a hydraulic dynamometer operating at constant speed of 1500 rpm. Brake load with all cylinders firing is 296 Newton. Brake load with cylinder 1 not firing is 201 Newton. Brake load with cylinder 2 not firing is 206 Newton. Brake load with cylinder 3 not firing is 192 Newton. Brake load with cylinder 4 not firing is 200 Newton. The brake power in kilowatt is calculated using the equation BP equal to W into N divided by 42300, that is 42,300, where W is the brake load. These are the brake loads given in Newton, and N is the speed of the engine in RPM. So RPM also is given in the problem. So calculate BP, IP, FP and mechanical efficiency. So now let us write what is given in the problem first. Speed is given as 1500 rpm. Then the equation for BP is BP equal to W into N divided by 42300. So when all cylinders are firing, that is BP will be given by 296 into 1500 divided by 42300. So you will get the value of BP, that is 10.49 kilowatt. So substitute these values, find out the value of BP. It is 10.49 kilowatt. So after finding out the value of BP, directly I will find out the value of IP or indicated load. So I will find out indicated load, that is by subtracting the total loads, that is 296 minus 201 for the first cylinder. Second cylinder is again 296 minus 206 for the second cylinder plus 296 minus 192 for the third cylinder plus 296 minus 200 for the third cylinder. So I will get the total indicated load as 399. So once I find out this value, I can find out the indicated power. So indicated power IP will be given by, again same, W is 399 into speed is 1500 rpm divided by 42,300. So calculate the value of IP. So you get the value of IP as 14.14 kilowatt. Then find out FP. Frictional power or friction power. FP will be equal to IP minus BP. So IP is 14.14, BP is 10.49. Subtract these values, you will get the value of FP, that is 3.65 kilowatt. Then find out mechanical efficiency. So I have found out the frictional power, then find out mechanical efficiency. So mechanical efficiency eta mech will be equal to BP divided by IP into 100. So BP is 10.49, IP is 14.14 into 100. So you get it as 74.18%.